So I would like to thank you all very, very much from yesterday. But before that, Mervin, can you show on camera again so people can see you and all others? I mean, we have plenty of people who are working very hard to get this done. Mervin is one of them. Really, without him, we can't get the very important part outcome of this, because the papers will be published, books can be edited and published, but really the real thing is this value of the, we have seen Professor David Reed earlier mention about short videos. Really, that's the aim, is to cut the story of each of these talks in the future into maybe 6 or 10 minutes talk. But the value of having these videos is extremely important. We know that because they are being used by many, many universities. They use them, they are free on the YouTube channel. But in order to get them decently edited, that's very important. So thank you very much, Mervin. We also have many people, they work behind the scenes. Some of them, you know them because they communicate with you, like Janet Snow. We have someone which you don't see normally, who does all the graphic, really, Suhail. Thank you very much for all those who work very hard. Thank you, Dr. Mohammed Hassan from the University of Southampton. He has connected us with many people, either in Egypt or in his university. Dr. Muhammad al-Mansouri from Libya, and people from Bahrain, from Qatar. Really, the list is very long. Sudan and others. But I think many people will need to know where we're going with this. I think number one, we will try to collect as many as possible the summary of all this conference and try to write maybe a policy brief or something. Normally the difficulty, everything you ask for people, volunteers these days, they are still willing to volunteer to edit and to help. But the problem is it's becoming very difficult for anyone to volunteer his time now. So we have as a conference as well, lots of policy brief to finish. We're still waiting to get help from, and we don't want to give it to any volunteer. We just want someone who can really edit them in a good manner. But the fact we have the videos, that gives us maybe a security, we can get it done anytime. So we will definitely write the summary, we will send it out. Number two, there's so many people contacted me. I know they are very interested. I got from Morocco, for example, wanted to contact with this professor or this university. And you can see many universities are very open for international collaboration, like AUC today, in the morning. Yesterday, the Vice Chancellor of Southampton said they're very open for international collaborations. We heard it also from Egypt, from many places. So I think anything we can connect people, we will do it. Number three, some people have already submitted articles. I know we have received them, and there are people who still have a chance to submit, like Yemen, they are finishing their paper, they will send it. We will get these all published. And the good thing is, anything we publish now, if it is in the conference proceeding, it is an ISI. If you go to the Web of Science, all our conference proceedings are there from 2005, I think. And it's a very hard job really to update them in the ISI, the Web of Science, because you need to contact them and they get bombarded. But the good thing is our conference proceedings are ISI, definitely 100%. All our journals are through ProQuest, are reaching every university. I have seen them by my eyes. So if you go to Harvard, you go to Oxford, to Cambridge, any university, they are subscribers to this ProQuest. You can find our International Journal of Sudan Research, International Journal of Food, International Journal of Knowledge and Innovation in the Middle East. This is our flagship journal. We are going through a very, applying to this, Scopus. It's a laborious work. You have to put it, but I think we're going to, I'm just looking for the last year for someone to finish some of these journals with the Scopus, because the problem in the Middle East and Africa, or all over the world, all universities, they want you to publish on Scopus ranked journals. All of them, they ask for this. And we know we have all the criteria. We discussed this with Emerald. I mean, we have journals already because the Scopus status. But we are doing that. We're going to be doing, I have seen Ihab Tawfiq from the other journal of the food. He already started inviting more to the editorial board. We need to really revitalize the editorial board. We have many people lined up. We need to put them, really, we need to benefit them at a higher level. They have been extremely helpful to to the work we do in the journal, like Professor Joseph, but we really want him to get into the editorial board to now take a role in helping. I think we're going to do all that. There's many people, we have them, Muhammad Hassan in the other journal. We need people to take, even myself, I'm getting really exhausted. So we're going to do that as soon as possible. The other thing also, all these videos, Mervin started from yesterday, which is very fast, really. But every session will be in a long video uploaded to the website, cleaned. And then Mervin will go through each talk and cut it separately. So like today, just a session we finished, you will have a one video, maybe 20 minutes for, say, Dr. Michael Sutton. You have another one, say, for Mark, for Yaman Baber. This is how we've been doing. And I think it's been very successful and it's proven very useful. We have been doing this. It's a very hard job and it's a very expensive job, really, time and money. But we realize the benefit of that. So we're going to be seeking, I don't know how long we're going to be locked, but for the next 3-4 months, we're doing as much as possible to get all these video clean. But that's where you will see all these videos, and I'm sure they all recorded very well. The other quick points, we couldn't announce it because I didn't get the official email from Scholar One. I'm sure you all know Scholar One, but Scholar One, we're going to have a memorandum of understanding between WAST and Scholar One Corporation in the US to partner together to spread or to try to get as many as possible journals in the Middle East and North Africa into Scholar One. And I think that will be a tremendous change, because if the journal is using Scholar One, that will get it will bring them or give them a big uplift to try to use the standards international way of managing the journals. And Scholar One is very much connected with the reference style, the same, which is used by the big names like Emerald, Oxford, and all of these. So yes, in principle, we agreed, but the manager or the director of the Scholar One in London or in the UK, he was on holiday. So he emailed me, he said he will try to get it done. But I haven't received it today. But in principle, yes, we're going to be officially announcing this, and I think we will expand it not just to North Africa, but to the entire Africa. We have you in mind, Professor Joseph. Universities like yours, if you do any journals, why not we try to see? The only problem with the Scholar One, not with the Scholar One, but it is a commercial product which we have to find money for it. But we will try to do our best to try to help in getting as many journals using Scholar One, which will uplift the journals in the Middle East and North Africa. But as I said, we are very keen on Africa because we are well spread into up to the way to South Africa. One of our key founders is South Africa, University from South Africa, Professor Linty Louis. I think we need to get that to them. The other thing, we will keep you updated. We don't just run a conference. We always do this by demand. Last time the demand was online learning, and we have a fantastic conference. Many people email me. I don't even know them, just watching the videos. Ron was there, I remember, in the last one. Now we have done this because people, they really want to talk about the future of the higher education, particularly the new normal now is online learning. You have seen yourself this morning, the minister herself, she's struggling with internet. Yesterday, one of the speakers from Egypt, the line cut. We had someone from the ministry yesterday struggling. I remember we had a professor from Cairo University the other day. Also, she had a problem. You can see the Middle East is really struggling with the internet. So, and this is the new normal, is online. So we're really going to be doing lots of effort of this. I can tell you now what is next in our agenda, because we can see that many countries speak about this, is artificial intelligence and data science, particularly artificial intelligence. We do have experts in this, interestingly, from the Middle East, but we're going to focus on this. We are learning every time how to make the best out of this environment, not just necessarily the Zoom, but to use it to our best. And I think we manage to learn every time. So the more we're learning, the more we manage. Now, everything you have seen here is being broadcast in 8 different social media. I already got huge feedback on and been circulating it. Every time you see me on the phone, I'm sending messages to the minister, to the others who have been speaking on yesterday and today. Because that I can't really manage everything. Many things come from the social media as well. So that's the other thing. We are being very keen on helping more practically. We got many people from our advisory board, from those who really started this was a long time ago. And many people have asked for their expertise, and we're going to make this available as much as possible. So we are looking at different partnership with universities, try to see how can WAS or the Middle East deliver programs to universities remotely. So like Michael said, he could be teaching a course to an MBA program, and students will be formal. He's here now, he could have been teaching, Ron, Alam, anyone. There's so many people in our network interested. The one thing I want you really to make the benefit of it, we are very well connected with many institutions in the Middle East. So if any institution, I know many people are watching us now, interested to have a robust connections with institutions in the Middle East, yes, we are. We will do our best. And I think finally, the concluding comment, I think I learned, I was expecting it, the major challenge facing the Middle East higher education institutions and the future of the higher education is really the infrastructure. And with the infrastructure, I think the internet will come in the middle of that. I was surprised, but not shocked when the minister from Libya yesterday said many universities in Libya, they don't even have toilets and they don't have drinking water. And then we asked a question to the professor from South Carolina yesterday, and he said, if a university does not have a toilet, it should be closed. Not because that's the American standard, but I think that's the standard you expect. How come you teach a student, they do not have a place, there is no toilet? This is something I have seen in Sudan, in many countries. In the same opposite, or in the same, if you flip the coin, I visited a university in Tunisia, at the very end of Tunisia, and you just have to cross to Italy. Italy is like half an hour from there. You just cross the Mediterranean. This is called Janduba, which is one of our partners. In that very far part of Tunisia, they have a good infrastructure. Even we had lunch in the students' canteen. The vice chancellor wanted to show us a real experience of a university in the middle of, I'm not saying a desert, but it's very remote place. They have reasonable human environment, if you like. Girls and boys, they have everything. So for you to be shocked to see in big cities in Middle East, a university does not have a drinkable water. It's true. I have seen them. So I think the issue of infrastructure is not just about the laboratories or what we have seen yesterday from Southampton, a multi-million investment in an excellent engineering labs, but the very basic water. I know it's shocking, but water is not available in many universities in the Middle East. And that's why no wonder you can see in the ranking of universities, those in rich countries are very high now, like Qatar. Who is leading now? Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE. And they all by nature, they invest. It's not just they have the money, but I think they are investing in higher education. But those old ones, they are not investing. So I think that's something also, so the infrastructure is critical. And I think the internet, definitely governments, I think this is a government policy, need to consider this. Because I don't believe at all, I mean, I have written many times on ICT in Africa, in the Middle East. Even now we are working on a paper on e-learning in the whole Middle East. We are reviewing lots of articles. I don't believe you cannot, or you cannot find a reasonable internet in every university in the Middle East. Why? Because if you go to a country, so Tunisia, Sudan, Morocco, whatever it is, Egypt, for example, if you go to any big private sector entity, you will have first-class internet there. In the same country, the same city. So if you go to Sudan, to big companies for where we did the project on public-private partnership, you enter the building, you immediately have the WhatsApp, so you can have the, the Wi-Fi, and you are perfectly working. It's a working environment. You just go outside to a university, there's no internet. So it's not the lack of availability in the city, but they don't seem to understand and appreciate the importance of investing on their internet. And what we are arguing for universities in the Middle East is just basic connectivity, something like you can talk to people, so something you can get a professor from the UK or America to deliver a talk to students through Zoom. We're not really asking about advanced internet or broadband capability like here in the UK. And I said this before, and many African professors, they were unhappy with my statement, which I brought from Africa at that time. I gave in one of the conferences about Africa, I gave a short slide where I took a quotation from the African Universities Association, which is a big association bringing all African universities together. What was the Secretary General at that time saying? Saying the broadband in an average African university is 50% less than what on the broadband someone enjoyed in his household, like mine. I am in my house now. So the broadband, the quality or the speed I have here in my house is double the speed an average university in Africa is having. But again, I am paying 50% than what the African university is paying. So it's very expensive and it's not very fast. So when I brought that quotation, many African universities, I remember in Kenya in particular, they said to me, no, you didn't come to Kenya, you didn't see. I said, but this is an average university. This is a quotation from your own African University Association. So there are still universities, many of them in Middle East and North Africa struggling. And I don't think the issue of lack of internet there, but they don't really invest on it. They need to pay money for this internet. They need to understand it's very important. So that's the key issue I think we're going to be doing. The final thing is with infrastructure, no one is expected a high quality, top of the range buildings and infrastructure like what I have seen in UAE or in Qatar. I visited the Doha Institute where Dr. Hind yesterday was talking. First class facilities, everything. Is more of a, in our, here in the UK is considered first class or VIB, if you like building. But no one expected that, but expected a reasonable infrastructure. And in that infrastructure, what we have always been arguing for the Middle East universities and research institutions, please spend on a basic item called generators. Just buy it, Honda, whatever it is. It costs millions, yes, but it's not that very expensive when you compare to the budget of an institution. Have it supply at least a couple of classrooms, the dean office, staff room, library, because that's what is the case. Electricity is a major problem in Africa. There's no question about that. The major challenge for development in Africa is electricity. So this is an issue really higher education they need to consider. I don't want to go along with the list, but that's really some of the key things I think they have been reinforced or re-emphasized by most of you. I would like to thank you all. We learned a lot, and I'm sure when you see all, whether the proceeding or the video library, now we are becoming more innovative, creating what we call it video library, where you can open the PDF, and really we have been very good in doing this, but it just needs times. You will see the lecture as videos actually with small notes, so you can actually have it as a PDF, send it to anyone. He or she will just click and enjoy the lectures of everything. Plus, we are moving further up to enhance the bio of everyone, because I think the fact now, you know, Michael Sutton, you know, Ron, you know, Joseph, you know, whoever it is you have known from yesterday, the fact you know this person, his background, you can easily then connect easily. You don't need to come back to us. So that's something we really need to enhance. To see Mike Sutton, see his talk, see his books, see his workshops, see his videos in one place. So we are trying to leverage the technology as much as possible. We are pushing as much as possible to try to use what we have here in abundance to help those in scarcity. So I would like to thank you. I would like to just say good afternoon. Enjoy the rest of today. We are in London. It is the afternoon. I see in America in the morning. Those in the Middle East already going into the early evening. Those in Malaysia, I know they are already nearly going to bed now, 10 o'clock or something. And some are already sleeping, I know them. Like in Indonesia, they are just about to wake up. So thank you very much. All the best. We'll get back in touch with you. And I'm sure once we get the videos, we will send them to you. We will send you a certificate of your participation, definitely. And I think we will definitely need to spend more time sending you a proper letter, because I think you all need to be acknowledged formally by a letter, whatever that letter will use for. But I think you have given lots of time. Thank you all, to all the track chair, the moderators, the rapporteurs, everyone. There's many people who help. And thank you very much to, who else I forget to mention? Anyone, even for the viewers, those who send us the comments, the critical question we receive, we want to assure you we have them in the Facebook. We don't delete them. Those we failed to send them to speaker at the time, we normally share with them. And I think we need to say goodbye now. Mervyn, can we have this for this session? Because there's 3 speakers here. Can we have a picture for this? Anyone who want to join, he can show his screen. We can just have a final one for those last session, please.
So please remember, if we all help and do a little bit, it will make a big difference.